Speaking of Simmons' wrestling background, if he wrestled in Section 2, this is actually where they historically held their Section 2 state qualifier tournament. So a lot of wrestlers have competed in this arena, so it's not their first time here.
But again, I will say wrestling and getting punched in your face.
Completely different.
A little different.
And the lights are a little brighter, the cage is a little wider, and the fans are a little louder here at Cage Wars.
And you don't have, 20 teammates and all their families, and, you got some people, but it's your core group here.
Yeah. Oh, well.
This young man has put together Aiden McKiernan, again, Performance MMA, 1-0 in MMA, but also plenty of grappling and striking experience.
This is a 180?
This is 185.
Yep, 185.
So middleweight division. This young man is definitely come here prepared.
Yep. Big fella we got here. Hey, and listen, as a 1-0 fighter, man, coming into this big arena under these bright lights, man, sometimes it's a factor.
And you're not the hometown guy.
No. That's another factor. Traveling, being away from your friends and family, man.
And not having as many fans as you might.
Mm-hmm. But gotta make some fans.
Some people like the big piss or thrive on it.
That's me. I love it.
You like to kind of be the anti-hero.
It's an opportunity to make some new fans. First, they got to hate you to love you. That's what I said.
When I first met you, I'm like, man, you are completely different outside of the cage. You were like, yeah, that's the point.
That's the point, dude. Hey, look at him, and he's taking it in. I love the guys that come in and embrace the energy, man.
And again, he even controls the center of the cage before the walkout. I love it.
Hey, a lot of this game is psychological.
Sammons. My apologies.
Sammons.
Kind of like Step Brothers. Pam.
It's okay. Hey, listen, if he doesn't like it, he can fight you about it. Hey, look at this kid's neck.
Yeah, I told you, this kid, they say that he is an absolute nightmare in the room. He just does not stop. He's got cardio for days, and he just keeps coming forward.
And that's typical of a wrestler here. Coming out of Team Jukow, man, a storied gym, always putting fighters in the Cage Wars cage, man. Look at them, always showing support to their guys.
We have 4 Jukow guys tonight, one of which is in our main event, Joe Crable.
Shout out to Joe Crable, man. I've gotten the opportunity to train with Joe, spar with Joe, help Joe prepare for past fights. Man, he's a tough cat, but he's got his hands full tonight versus Steven Prasad, man. He's also a very, very tough fighter, and this is going to be fireworks.
For me in that fight, it's going to be, if it goes 3 rounds, I'm going to kind of lean towards Prasad because all of his victories are decisions, and he really does a nice job of controlling a fight. Mm-hmm. If it ends before 3 rounds, I give the advantage to Crable.
Yeah, great wrestler, man, Steven Prasad, but he's got some good striking. I got the opportunity to talk to him before the show started, and he said he's been specifically working on his striking. So,
well, and big ups to him. He took his title fight last time, 2 days notice his opponent gave him because the opponent dropped out, and he went from fighting a striker to a grappler.
Hey, that shows you where his mind's at, man. Stay ready so you don't got to get ready.
And for being 0-0, this guy, he definitely doesn't show any nerves.
No. And listen, like you said, he's got the wrestling background. You compete a lot as a wrestler, man.
And wrestling is the hardest sport on earth.
It's brutal, yeah. He gets to compete a lot. So, like I said, he's probably been in this arena before.
We're going to bring it up to Mike Falvo.
The action continues on the card for Cage Wars 69 with our upcoming contest. 3 3-minute rounds in our middleweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. He's standing 6 feet 4 inches tall. His official weight 184 pounds. Representing Performance Combat Mixed Martial Arts out of New Haven, Connecticut, Aiden McKiernan. His opponent across the cage fighting out of the red corner. He's standing 6 feet tall even. His official weight 184.4 pounds. Representing Team Jukow out of Scotia, New York, John the Juggernaut Sammons.
Hey, we got
and the man in charge of the action at the sound of the bell is Dan Mergliata.
The cardio there, man.
Yeah, like I said, they couldn't say enough good things about him.
And the mental toughness.
Big Dan Mergliata, the third man in the ring, cage.
Big Dan. You're in good hands when you're in the cage with Big Dan.
Aiden McKiernan definitely having the reach advantage, the height advantage.
Nice jab.
Sammons got to keep that chin down.
Right to the wrestling. Pushing the pace.
Nice job digging the underhooks.
Yep, and switch
Good job grabbing that leg. Can he turn it?
Oh, he's running the pipe. Let's see what he does with it.
Now, if you got a tall guy like that with good balance, I mean, what's your go-to?
Best thing to do is run the pipe or get to the outside and look for a trip like he's doing now. Look at that. He's got a trip around the ankle. He's tripping a little high on the leg.
Up against the cage. Nice job by McKiernan staying on his feet.
He's doing a good job at sucking on that leg and breaking the tall guy down.
Sammons has the body lock.
If I was Sammons here, I would drop to that far ankle.
Ah, okay, yep.
But he's doing a good job keeping him against the cage.
He is, but this is tiring too.
Yes.
You know, you go for these takedowns, and if the exchanges take a long time, that drains you.
Yep, and you got to make sure you keep your hands up when you're getting out of the exchanges.
Aiden McKiernan, nice jab.
Oh, shoots that single. He got a little extended there.
Yeah, you got to work your way in on that. Throw a couple jabs, change a level. You know, somebody like that with that much reach and that much awareness, you know, you're not going to be able to close that distance.
And you got to set it up a little bit better there, too.
Nice knee to the body. Oh, McKiernan is swinging here.
McKiernan looks like those defenses are starting to wear on him a little bit. He's second-guessing his striking here, but he just got to establish his jab again. He did a good job with his jab.
He's got his mouth open, so those exchanges definitely wore on him as well as Sammons. Again, Sammons got to use that jab, especially against a longer guy.
That's a nice inside leg kick, man. Those things hurt.
Oh, yes. Again, you can't let McKiernan dictate. You've got to make him react to you.
And
that's the only way to change that level.
And that was a good way for him to get in there. He set it up behind the punches. He's backing on that single. And
there we go.
He finally got it. Oh.
Good job by McKiernan, though.
And I think Sammons is getting big benefit from just creating these wrestling scrambles here.
Can McKiernan use that cage to roll?
And again, they're in the shin guard, so you know that means no ground and pound to the face.
But again, you can make it uncomfortable. You can put that forearm in the face, make him hate life.
Yeah, and I think these wrestling exchanges is wearing on McKiernan there a little bit.
I agree. And the more he can keep him down like this and just weigh on him is going to really benefit Sammons.
Yes.
Take some pop off of those punches, drain a little bit of that energy. And you see him doing a nice job using that forearm.
Yes, keep him down. He's doing a good job controlling him. And he's getting a rest here, Sammons.
Yeah, he is, because he's able to keep him down without expending a ton of energy.
Right.
He's looking for that neck. What's he going to do with it?
Looks like he's looking for a guillotine or something here. He's around the neck here. He's under the chin.
Can he lock it in? And sometimes, you know, for the folks at home, you just use that to get back to a position. You might not even really want the submission or think you can get it.
So earlier we talked about sometimes how striking creates openings for you to pass guards and get into more dominant positions. Submissions are the same.
Wow, you know, it really started out as a rough first part of the round for Sammons, but he finished strong.
Yeah, he finished strong. He's not even breathing heavy.
McKiernan, on the other hand, is definitely breathing.
Yeah, those wrestling exchanges has definitely got to him a little bit.
And when you punch that heavy, I mean, that does drain you a little bit.
Yeah, he's putting a lot into every punch there.
Which is why a lot of times you'll see the high-level strikers, they'll, you know, pitter-pat a little bit, hit a little bit, and then that third or fourth punch, that second or third punch is the one that really cracks.
Yeah. I just think McKiernan is trying to find that big power punch, and he just needs to use his length and keep him at distance and pick him apart there. But if you're Sammons, like I said, you just want to keep sticking to that wrestling. It's been working for you.
Yep. And if I'm McKiernan's corner, I'm saying create an angle. You know, I mentioned it earlier, when you're facing a wrestler or a grappler who comes in head first, that step-off rear uppercut's usually almost always there.
And you can't just stand right in front of him.
Nope. Or a check hook. Check hooks are usually always there into a knee.
Yeah, there's no knees to the head here, but
to the body. And he's already shown that he has a good use of those knees.
And keep throwing that inside leg kick.
Yes. Keep it at that distance. But again, now look at Sammons controlling the center of the cage. Good head movement there to evade that cross.
Yeah. You can't sleep on Sammons striking here either.
No, I mean,
showing good awareness, staying just out of range, slipping.
And then coming back in for the punch too, not just staying out of range.
There you go. It's a nice, easy.
Can he take the back? Oh, he's off to the side.
He's got the boots in here.
McKiernan's got to turn to his right side.
Oh, he's got the back firmly.
Oh, yep. Nice to transition him out.
Yep. If you're Sammons here, no need to rush.
No, position before submission. Get those hips sunk down. Create that pressure.
For all the fans on the stream wondering, are they still letting people in? I'm sure you can still get in.
As far as I know, they were still coming in.
Yeah, the line might still be long, but you can definitely get in here. And this again would be a completely different fight with some ground and pound. Just being a fighter, I'm looking in there and seeing the opportunities. But Sam he's got some pretty good jiu-jitsu there too.
He does. McKiernan's trying to catch that ankle, and he's doing a good job, evading that trap. But McKiernan at least isn't staying flat on his back. He's getting to a hip.
Hey, and he's using those punches to trying to get McKiernan to turn his chest down and get that rear naked choke there.
One of my favorite moves from here is a gift wrap.
Yeah, I love the gift wrap.
The gift wrap and then ground and pound.
Yep, gift wrap, ground and pound. Very, very dominant position, and it sets up that head and arm choke there.
Absolutely. Again, round 2 of 3. So far, it is all Johnathan Sammons. Big Dan will look for some work to be done, though. Big Dan does a nice job of not just letting people stall the action.
Yeah, but Sammons is scoring some points here with the ground.
Oh, absolutely. I just mean Dan's always looking.
Yeah, Dan's on it. He's standing in your ear.
Now, he's got to be careful. He's getting a little bit high here. You see McKiernan getting that left knee in, getting that left foot in.
Looking for a sweep.
There you go. He retained guard. And with those guys with long legs, sometimes getting out of their guard can be very challenging.
Yeah. Those long leg guys it's a difficult. Getting out that guard.
And they can create so many more angles just by the length of their limbs.
Yeah, I hate the tall guys. But if you slide past their joints and stay in their center.
Yes. Now, if I'm McKiernan's corner, I'm saying make something happen because right now he's got to get out of this position. There we go. Nice job by McKiernan. Wrestle to the knees. Wow.
And he's doing a good job in these scrambles,
He
man.
really is. Keeping his head on his opponent. He's staying very calm. Very calm.
Very, very calm.
Final few seconds.
Hey, he's wise but above his cage time in fighting.
Oh, 100%. His cage IQ is not, one of a 0-0 fighter.
And he's still not breathing heavy at all. I'm looking at him here. He's still calm, cool, collected as when he walked out.
I like it. The back of his short's a juggernaut. I like it. Good stuff. This is the beautiful part about this sport and this promotion. We have our mainstays like you and some of the other guys, but then we see these young lions coming up. And you never really know what to expect. So it's almost like Christmas.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You get to see these young athletes compete and see where they're at.
That's a fact. And I'm sure we'll see this guy mature as his career goes on and as his ring time, gets longer and longer. But look at him. He's not even breathing heavy. He's not even sweating.
No, he looks like he's ready to order dinner.
Yeah, and so far he's been dominating this fight. Sammons, that is.
McKiernan's corner really getting up close and personal, trying to motivate his fighter to own this round and take out Johnathan Sammons.
Like I said, he's been carrying Sammons this whole fight, and that'll wear you out.
All right, here we go. Round 3, third and final round. McKiernan, mouth wide open.
Yep, let's go. Let's see if he can dig deep and find his way to pull out a nice, strong third round. There you go. There's that inside leg kick.
If I'm McKiernan, I'd be using jabs and front teep kicks to the belly.
Yeah, use your length.
Yep. There we go. Follow that jab up with a teep.
Oh, there he goes.
There we go. You hear the crowd respond.
Nice couple of flurries.
Even though he's not the hometown guy, they love the action.
They love the action. Everybody loves to see somebody get punched in the face.
Johnathan Sammons, though, doing a good job evading.
And staying composed. After getting hit with a couple big shots, he didn't go out there and look for revenge. He got right back to where he started.
McKiernan's got to look for that rear uppercut. It's there.
And that's a good slip to a shot.
Trying to dig that right underhook.
Mm-hmm.
Good job by Sammons.
Working on the single. Sammons doing a really good job at being high in McKiernan's crotch there.
Absolutely.
Staying above the knee on his single.
While keeping his head low to create that leverage.
Yep. Oh, but he's got to watch his head, man. He's in danger for a guillotine. There's a little bit of blood coming out of Sammons. Hey, this is a really good point. He's got his knee over there on his ankle, keeping McKiernan from pulling that leg out and whiz right up.
Now, although this isn't technically a guillotine, you can get that cutter choke, that airway choke with it.
Yeah.
I love that choke, especially if your opponent's coming in hard against your belly and you're against the cage. Put those thumbs into the throat.
Almost like I've seen that choke. Almost like
I love
can
that
opener.
choke. I love that choke.
Great choke.
Gets me excited.
Not amongst many things here.
Yes. You got to pay extra for that in the city.
We got some butt punches there. Those are super effective.
Just don't check the oil. That's a no-no per USMTA.
Is it really?
I'm assuming so.
I hope so.
I don't think you can get violated. All right, here we go. He's got him up against cage coming into the latter part of this third round.
And that was a big takedown by Sammons, man. He got in some trouble there with the striking, but he's able to get that takedown and get this fight back to where he wants it.
And he's doing a good job with that left knee on the right knee, or on the left knee of McKiernan, pinning it down. For the folks at home that don't understand and think, oh, just get up.
Yeah.
That is so challenging.
Yeah, it's not that easy to just get up, man. There's really a lot that goes into getting back to your feet, and it's something that you have to train, right?
And for those folks who maybe roll around with their friends who don't have any experience, it's completely different. When you're trained in the arts, your ability to apply them is much greater.
Because for other people saying, just get up, there's a whole other side of people saying, keep him down.
Butt punches again by the Juggernaut.
I think I'm going to add those into my repertoire.
I would. Elbows and butt punches in the pros.
Elbows and butt punches.
All right, here we go. And again, for the fans at home, for the fans in the arena, they might not be super excited about this, but this is a dominant performance.
Hey, and listen, if that's where you're winning the fight, man, that's where you got to take it to.
Especially for your first fight.
Yep, and there's brain cells on the, especially for your first fight. The most important thing is winning. Hey, man, he's got blood dripping out of his nose.
He doesn't look any worse for the wear either. He's looking for rounds 4 and 5.
Yeah.
He's staring down his opponent like, what's next?
He thinks there's another round, dude. It's over.
There you go. You got a training partner for 5-minute rounds.
Yeah, there we go. You know he's got the cardio. They did say that cardio was one of his strong points there.
He is exactly as his teammates presented him.
Yes.
So good for him. Good for Aiden McKiernan. Both these guys getting the experience. You never lose, you learn.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, that's a big point there. You never lose, you learn. This is all an experience building process, man. This is amateur fighting. Their records go to 0-0 when they go pro. So anything that happens in this case tonight is all a learning experience for these fighters.
And you and I had that conversation earlier. You talked about your amateur career, and it was all kind of preparing to be very strategic and focused in the pro career to make the right moves.
Yep, that's where you take risks, fight injured, take tough fights, put yourself in unfavorable situations, and rise to the occasion, man. And your amateur career is where the foundation is laid.
While we have a moment, where can people find you on social media?
Man, you can find me at the Big Pisser on Instagram and El Shaddai Van Hosen on Facebook, man.
Get at him. He's a real unique character. You got to love it.
Tune in, lock in. I'll be back in the cage very, very soon.
We're going to get ready to bring it up to Mike Falvo.
And now, fight fans, let's make some noise for 2 great competitors and 1 great MMA contest. After 3 hard-fought rounds of mixed martial arts action, we go to the official scorecard. The officials have scored the fight 30-27, 29-28, and 30-27, all in favor of your winner by way of unanimous decision. Out of the red corner, Johnathan Sammons.